What if I told you that most of the protests that you've seen over the years, and some of the protests that you will be seeing, wink wink, are not at all what they seem to be? Very few people understand what I'm about to put in this video. Make sure you watch it to the end. You will understand so much about the world if you just watch it. We begin our story right here with this guy. He's one of my heroes. His name is Manning Johnson. You've probably never heard of him, unfortunately, but he is a total boss. His story was that he was going to church and one of his pastors was a communist, and he starts hearing the communist ideas at his church. And then once his intellect gets discovered, he gets recruited by the communists, by Soviet Russia, and he goes on up the ranks for about 10 years and is one of the experts at fomenting dissent. Fomenting dissent is just a fancy kind of a government phrase for getting everybody riled up against your home country. Manning Johnson was hardcore. He was all in on the communism thing until eventually he just became disillusioned by it. He got disgusted by their ideology. Once he kind of figured out that he was being used and racial tensions were being used only by a government as a means to an end so they could get political power, he became the biggest enemy of communism. He actually became a whistleblower and testified to Congress and started writing books. Here's one of the books he wrote. It's called Color, Communism, and Common Sense. I highly recommend it. But here, let's just go over the most important part of the book. He said that his main purpose in life was to start fires of discontent. That was the entire thing. And what was that all about? It was to destabilize and to divide and conquer the home country, in this case, the United States. If he were alive today, I'm pretty sure he would be a political enemy of this person who is one of the leaders of the BLM movement, who basically admitted that she works for the same kind of people that he did. There's plenty of people at this point that totally understand that the whole BLM fist and the communist fist are basically one and the same. But what I'm about to tell you next is where things get really weird. All right, pay special attention to this guy. He's an ally of the Black Lives Matter movement. And wait, hold on, I'm just getting word right now. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the BLM fist. That's the Otpor fist? Wait, what? Okay, that's the Otpor fist. My bad, didn't mean to lead you astray. Anyway, Otpor was a resistance group that was agitating a guy named Slobodan Milosevic, and that was former Yugoslavia, now Serbia. And they were a totally natural grassroots resistance movement that was going to overthrow that government. Hold on. Wait, what? Hold on, I'm getting more news. Oh, they weren't self-funded. They were a puppet of the United States to overthrow Milosevic. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I trust my news guy, but that sounds a little hokey that the U.S. would do such a thing. I would need some rock solid proof of like somebody admitting that they're doing something like that. But there's no way that proof exists.
Americans, and we all recognize the incredible talent and capacity within Otpor. Now, they made clear they wanted to be seen as a largely Serbian, Yugoslav institution, not as a tool of the West. And, we respected that. We thought that was a smart judgment.
What Manning Johnson discovered was that while he had totally legitimate grievances about racial tensions, he discovered that he was being used. Those tensions were being used to bring down the political opponent of the political enemy. What he realized was that if you had really intense emotion like anger, envy, resentment, stuff like that he was helping perpetuate, that can be used by somebody else at your expense. It will not make your life better. I've done previous videos about your natural forward momentum, and that's great. You do you, but just be very careful. Learn the same thing that Manning Johnson learned, was that while you should move forward with your life, be very careful that somebody is not taking your momentum and using it against you for the purposes of something else. And again, sorry about earlier. I really thought that was the BLM fist, and I didn't realize that there was like more than one of these things, and that just did never happen again. So my bad. Wait, what? What? Oh, come on.